between the Columbus Crew and the Seattle Sounders is underway. It is Columbus wearing black. It is Seattle in rave green. The Crew and MLS original, builders of the original soccer-specific stadium, and one of the builders of what we now consider to be modern American soccer culture. And yet 3 years ago, they were facing relocation. The fans made their voices heard. New local ownership was found to keep the team here. And yet last year, 20th overall in the MLS standings. And now here they are, an opportunity to lift MLS Cup for a second time. And while the Crew represent the league's founders, the Sounders represent what expansion has done to push this league to the next level. Crowds we'd rarely seen before when they joined the league in 2009. Ambition we'd rarely seen before. Success we'd rarely seen before. Even when it looked like they were dead and buried in the summer of 2016, 10 points below the playoff line. Well, this is their fourth appearance in MLS Cup. From that point on, an opportunity to become just the fourth team in league history to repeat as winners of MLS Cup. Already the Crew off to a better start than 5 years ago in MLS Cup when they trailed after 27 seconds. Stu, what are your keys for this one tonight?
Well, the first one is defensive shape. And you talk about no Nagbe and no Santos. Aiden Morris comes into the team starting in the middle of the field. You saw him get stuck into a tackle there very early in this one, but they need to keep their lines tight and then quick transitions, early crosses going the other way. If you get behind Seattle, put the ball in this area.
And here it comes looking for Zardes, and it's not going to find Etienne as Fry is able to shepherd it out. It will be out for a corner, though. That's a decision coming. This is an interesting point on both ends of the field tonight. It's Columbus, while they were one of the lower scoring teams from set pieces in the regular season, they did get a goal technically from a corner to win the Eastern Conference Final. It was a second phase ball. Seattle, meanwhile, conceded both of their goals in Monday night's Western Conference Final from dead ball situations. Got the MLS newcomer of the year, Lucas Delarayan, who has assisted each of the last 4 Columbus goals, who stands over it. Rui Diaz is going to stay high. Everyone back to defend for Seattle. Short back from Artur. Delarayan lifting it in. Stephen Fry is there.
Tried to play that one short and then get all the big boys around the back. They started the penalty spot and circled around, something they must have seen on tape for the Sounders.
Here comes Nuhu. Gonna play the early ball. Jordan Morris found a pocket of space. Jovan Jones to the near side. The cross dealt with, at least momentarily. Benson gets it clear from Valenzuela's block. Now Jossie Zardes the other way. And the ball ran away from him, and Shane O'Neill able to take it back.
What a great start for both teams here. Just a really quick pace to this one. A couple moments in transition. You're seeing a lot of direct play. Nobody willing to concede possession in the defensive end and cough it up and give up good opportunity there. So Jordan Morris, his speed over the top was a look for the Sounders. And my keys for Seattle, John, is attacking with width. If they can have possession, if they can get the fullbacks high, they can be so dangerous, providing service then for Rui Diaz. And you talked about it, set pieces. They conceded 2 against Minnesota. Well, they scored 2 of their own, and they're a real threat from them. With number 10, Nico Ladero, his service, some of the best in the league.
As we said, the Sounders unchanged, as they have been repeatedly in these playoffs with that same lineup. Columbus losing 2 starters, self-identified COVID positive, Pedro Santos and Darlington Nagbe. They get 2 starters back, and Etienne on the left wing, and room in goal as Nuhu intercepts that pass from Zardes. Good step there to win it back by Luis Diaz. Awful trying to return. Diaz, O'Neill coming out to defend him. Luis Diaz, can he get a cross in? O'Neill the tackle. And another corner all the way for Columbus.
You're seeing these moments, talking about quick transitions. When Columbus win the ball, you are seeing intent to go forward. Etienne is sprinting forward. Diaz on the right-hand side. Jossie Zardes crossing the box. It's a good challenge from O'Neill. He times it well, going to ground in his own box there.
Again, Delarayan. Going against Stephen Fry, who was the MVP of MLS Cup 4 years ago as Seattle won for the first time, and Jair Marufo trying to proactively manage. Look at that thicket of players there on top of the penalty spot. Now swinging ball. Zardes had a chance. Mensah had a chance. Blocked in the air by Joao Paulo. And Nuhu gets it clear. Soccer to develop the next generation of professional soccer players. For every goal scored during MLS Cup tonight, Adi will donate $10,000 to the Goals Drive Progress Fund, which will support MLS youth academies nationwide. 3 academy products on the field, 2 of them named Morris, though no relation. Hayden for Columbus, Jordan for Seattle, also Shane O'Neill, who was a Colorado Rapids homegrown player back in 2012. Spencer wins that powerful header. Luis Diaz now for Derek Etienne Jr., who missed the last 2 games. Eloy Room similarly missed the last 2 games, although Andrew Tarbell, his backup, came in and had back-to-back shutouts.
For the Columbus Crew, you can see spreading the field wide, something Caleb Porter likes to do in possession.
Artur had the winning goal Sunday afternoon, 1-0 over New England in the conference final. Trying to clip it up. Jossie's hardest getting between the center backs. Knew who had to come across to clear. The flag comes up at the end of the sequence. Catherine Nesbitt, the assistant referee of the year, saying that it was offside, but as she's told to do, letting the sequence continue just in case there was a goal-scoring chance.
And why they like to spread the field out. You see Jossie Zardes, that looks really close there on that ball over the top from Artur. It looked to try and get in behind, but they spread the Seattle defense around to where they can't really get pressure on the ball. That opened up the space in the middle of the field. The ball over the top, time and space for Artur. That's something they're going to look to do throughout this game.
Can the crew go quick? Etienne, Zelarayan, they're backing off him. Zelarayan thinking about it. Led the league in goals scored outside the box this year, except Etienne's cross too close to Fry.
Just watching Caleb Porter down here on this near sideline, and he's applauding his team. He loves what he sees. And it's all about the quick transition. When they win the ball, how quickly they play forward. It's positive play. Now you've got runners off the ball. Nobody wants to close down Zelarayan. There's defenders in front, so he brings it back. Good pass, wait on the pass, allows Etienne to play that first time. Not close enough to Jossie Zardes, though.
Jordan Morris, Harrison awful miss, played it, chance for Morris, Rui Diaz in the middle, will try to recover, Ladero's cross, met by Mensah, first 2 to João Paulo, takes a bit of a bump there as he was trying to reset for Jones. It's going to be out for a Columbus throw. Caleb Porter, 2nd year as the Columbus Crew coach, won an MLS Cup on this field with Portland 5 years ago. Told us yesterday he found out that Darlington Nagbe in particular was going to be out for this game Thursday during practice. He said, listen, you have to build a squad. You have to have a team full of players that can come in and out for absences, for the ups and downs. But he said to lose those 2 guys in particular, Nagbe and Pedro Santos, that's as tough as it gets.
All over the back of Jossie Zardes there, who does well. He feels a little contact, goes down. It's a good spot to win a free kick. Now you can move your lines up.
Hold it up was Valenzuela who knocked it away. Zelarayan couldn't take it with him. Valenzuela has it tackled out. Ryan Schmetzer joined the Seattle Sounders as a player straight from high school in the 1980s. He was made head coach of the USL team in 2002. An assistant under Ziggy Schmidt until mid-season in 2016. Now could join an elite list of coaches to win a 3rd MLS Cup. And he told us that in their remarkable comeback Monday night, he said, I really did think once we got that one, we would get the others. I just didn't think it would have to wait to the 89th minute for us to tie that game before the eventual 3-2 win over Minnesota. And you take a look at this foul here.
I'm sure Williams touched him there. Jovan Jones, I don't think he does. Jovan Jones going down, wins the free kick.
Schmetzer asked this week about the Tonka Dynasty and Etafura, and he said, we are storm chasers, as in the Seattle Storm, the 4-time WNBA champions, including 2 of the last 3. That's the bar that's been set in Seattle sports of late. Nuhu with a high leg up there. That's going to be a foul as Artur goes down.
Nuhu just catching Artur a little bit late there on that one. Jair Marufo early though, he's having conversations, not giving out cards, wanting to get this game, let it develop a rhythm, let both teams play.
MLS on Fox is sponsored by Heineken. Enjoy Heineken responsibly. The Professional Referees Organization picking Marufo for this game. He finished top of their combined performance metrics throughout the season. Third most experienced ref in MLS history as Jones under some pressure able to keep it. That's head to extrude it backward. That's going to work for Harrison Awful. Really the few off-season additions for Seattle as defending champions. Nuhu pulled off Diaz. Sard is tracking all the way back to knock that out for a Columbus throw.
One of the things we're seeing in the build-up for the Columbus Crew, and you're going to see that they essentially have 5 back at times. Either Aiden Morris is going to drop a little bit deeper, Artur, and then they push the other 5 further up the field, and they're trying to open up this left channel for Etienne Jr. up against Alex Roldan, and then it's a direct pass looking to play for the second ball, so they're really trying to bypass the midfield from the Seattle Sounders.
Right on there. Little move from Diaz as well. Now a second to around Nuhu. Christian Roldan coming to help, and he snuffs that out. Into a dangerous area, forced to slide it out. Picked up by Aiden Morris. Zelarayan under some pressure from Yamar. Diaz, he gets tripped up by Morris. Here comes a free kick. This is the type of free kick that Seattle conceded from against Minnesota Monday night. This sort of a wide ball coming in.
And it was an area that Brian Schmetzer told us they worked specifically on. He said, this is a part of our game we need to clean up. In that game against Minnesota United, you remember it was that ball in from Reynoso, and it is a foul from Jordan Morris. He's lunging in there, catches Diaz, and it's going to be an opportunity. This is a great spot for an outswinging ball from Zelarayan. Stefan Fry is going to have to be careful and judge it if he can come and get it. There's going to be space in behind to really go and attack this ball.
Lucas Zelarayan, who has in one way or another been involved in every goal that Columbus has scored in these playoffs. Everybody back to defend for Seattle. Zelarayan's ball in, sent out by Christian Roldan. Ladero slides through. That's going to be another one. And what does Jair Marufo do now? It's different Seattle players each time, but you see the way that Columbus is screaming they want a yellow card.
Here's one of the advantages, by the way, John, of having a home crowd here, because the crowd are now on their feet. They're yelling at the referee. You've got all the players kind of rushing around Jair Marufo, and this is where the game management part for Jair Marufo is going to become important in this game. But it's another, it wasn't a good delivery this last time from Zelarayan. And number 10 on number 10. 2 of the best players on both teams right there. Ladero catches him late. Completely wipes him out, drags the feet, makes sure he gets all of that foul.
Ladero, a former MLS newcomer of the year. In 2016, Zelarayan this year's winner of that award. The heavy artillery's upfield for the Crew. Zelarayan deeper in to the redirection. Yamar able to react first. Still got airborne there, but Zelarayan brings it down. The cross. And the way through for Etienne. That ball did not stay in play. The flag goes up. It'll be a goal kick. MLS on Fox is sponsored by AT&T 5G. Comes crashing in their best 11 selection. One of the finalists for MLS Defender of the Year making the play. Zelarayan found a little pocket there, trying to get away from Yanar. Zelarayan blocked by O'Neal. Another Columbus corner. 16 minutes. The ball has spent most of its time in this half of the field. Columbus is attacking half.
You can just see the balance of Zelarayan. Just watch him as he gets on the turn here. And then Yaymar comes across. Just that little pause gets him off balance, scoots by him. And then the shot from distance there. It's hit with venom and just palmed away. It's going to be a corner kick again.
For a Crew team. You keep mentioning it. Darlington Nagbe, two-time MLS Cup winner, out. Pedro Santos, their assist leader this year for multiple goals these playoffs, out tonight. But can they cash in these chances with an opening goal? Zelarayan, a little deeper in this time. Williams is up. Torres, what a save! Stephen Fry. Torres, the overhead had it blocked. They're shouting for a handball. Nothing called the field. Morris's cross redirected. Williams, the acrobatics. Boy, how much did Fry know about that one as it pinged off his chest? First save of the night.
I want to go back to Seattle's first MLS Cup win. Who came up with a big save? Stephen Fry. And this one, it's a good ball in. It bounces around and then just comes through traffic out of nowhere. What a reaction save from Stephen Fry. I mean, he sees this one late and just gets an arm on it. Look at that. The strong right wrist to palm it away and deny Giassi Zardes the opening goal here.
And now Jordan Morris the other way for Seattle. Rui Diaz in support. Awful's defending. Morris. Jordan Morris putting the shot wide.
Just that little attacking flurry there for Seattle, and the shot for Morris just gives them a chance to reset right now because they've been struggling in the build-up. The second balls, it's been the Columbus Crew. They're putting the pressure on with the set pieces. Can Seattle get a hold of the ball? It's something I talked about. The possession was going to be key, especially for Seattle to control the tempo of this game. This isn't the type of game they want right now.
Is a look by Drew Fisher, a video assistant referee, as Columbus were appealing. There was a handball in there. There wasn't. On that last little sequence that included the Fry save. Joe Paulo able to steer that to Jovan Jones. One of the 4 players for Seattle who have started all 4 of their MLS Cups in recent years. Jordan Morris, an exception to that, incidentally. He came off the bench battling a hamstring injury in 2017. Looking long for Alex, rolled on. Valenzuela got himself in a foot race, misjudged that ball, and just runs out.
Here's a look at the shouts for the handball, and it didn't touch Seattle player. I think it was rolled on.
Alex! Face the ball! Alex! Here!
Take a little pause, a little air out of the game. Seattle got some quick momentum. Winners in a shootout in Toronto in 2016 after a scoreless draw. Stephen Fry, the hero that night. Following year, lost to Toronto 2-0. And last year, it was a 3-1 win over Toronto in the rubber match.
Just look how the Columbus Crew are hunting the ball. I mean, if you thought that no Nagbe, no Santos, 8 Morris, they're going to drop back, they're going to defend deep. No, I mean, they're stepping their lines all the way up right now, not allowing Seattle to get on the ball, not allowing Seattle to force them back towards their own goal. And a lot of times for strikers, it's the dirty work that you do that goes unnoticed. And right now, Zardes and Zelarayan are shuffling the ball both sides, doing a lot of work to get the ball in the spots that the Crew want to try and win it back in.
MLS on Fox, sponsored by Audi. For every goal scored during MLS Cup, Audi will invest $10,000 into the Goals Drive Progress Fund to support MLS youth academies. Visit MLSsoccer.com/Audi to learn more. Paulo trying to find Jones, going to find Rui Diaz, and Williams and Mensah combine to make the play. Venezuela for Zardes to chase. Christian Roldan tracking back to clean it up.
He's been everywhere. Christian Roldan early in this game for Seattle, cleaning up all over the field. He made the challenge on that right-hand side, but Diaz was breaking away. This time he recognized the run from Zardes, playing in the center of the field, but you're going to see him just all over, trying to plug holes, put out fires. Does such a great job for them.
Roldan, Christian to be specific, told us the other day they really are riding on a high. That incredible Monday night Western Conference final, 2-0 down, less than 20 minutes to go. They won 3-2 in stoppage time, but he said it doesn't mean as much if we don't win this game tonight. Sort of like last year when they came from behind in the conference final in LAFC. They were able to beat Toronto to lift MLS Cup, as that ball's going to be out for a throw. He's got his younger brother on the field now as well. Alex Roldan, 13 months younger, continues to start at right back, even though Kelvin Leerdam is now back off his hamstring injury. And Christian said of his brother Alex, first of all, he said, our parents are stoked. Our mom is over the moon that we're on the field together.
Hi to the Roldan family.
Williams steps through there. Ladero helps to win it back. João Paulo. Here is Alex Roldan. Christian Roldan. Ladero. Alex Roldan. That's going to be out for a Columbus throw. All right, Kenny, tell us about the brothers Roldan.
Well, I can tell you from my vantage point, a ton of communication already in this first half between the Roldan brothers. And that's something that Alex, the younger brother, really relies upon. You got to keep in mind, this kid is a right back this year. He used to be a center midfielder, and he's put in a ton of work with not only his brother, but also Seattle assistant and former Liverpool defender Jimmy Traore, talking about the details of the position, watching film, training particular moments. But it's those car ride conversations with older brother Christian Roldan that's really helped him the most. They've talked about how they can work together, who the matchup is, how they can double team opponents in the midfield, as well as decipher the best times for Alex to step up in the midfield. And John, as you mentioned, two very good, solid right back options for Brian Schmetzer that give him two completely different looks.
Jaya Marufo, another foul called there. Aiden Morris that time the guilty party. Sort of an up and down opening 15-16 minutes, settling into a little bit of a pattern here. Lost his footing. Jordan, to be specific. Aiden Morris now on the ball. Opening it up for Milton Valenzuela. There's Aiden Morris once again. A reverse to the other side for Harrison Awful. Awful driven cross. Zardes.
Big money signing delivers on the big stage for the Columbus Crew, and it's these early balls in behind, testing the back line. Alex Roldan here gets beat on the inside. No pressure on the ball for Seattle. Columbus Crew good build-up, finding the weak spot. Zelarayan drifting in just over the top of the ball. Close contact, good strike, gets over the the top, in under Fry. What a finish there. Columbus Crew have started this game so positively, been on the front foot, putting Seattle under pressure, and they get their reward here.
Club record $7 million transfer from Tigres, where he was a regular participant in finals of all sorts of competitions. Despite some injuries in the fall, that's now 15 combined goals and assists in 20 games. The MLS Newcomer of the Year, an award which has only been given out since 2007, and only once before is the winner of that award won MLS Cup in the same year. That was Nico Lodeiro in Seattle. It's interesting to note Harrison Awful with the assist. He's the lone starter remaining for when Columbus fell in MLS Cup 2015 by a 2-1 scoreline. He had assisted each of the last 4 Columbus goals. He has now tacked on one of his own. Stephen Fry beaten.
Just I mean, he did well. He's so close to him, such close proximity, and he's able to get the left hand on it, snuck underneath him, because just the quality of the strike from Zelarayan. What a great late run into the box.
Now, how does Seattle respond? It took them a while to get things going. Again, they were 2-0 down to Minnesota Monday night as Awful steps up to intercept that one. But certainly an unfamiliar position. Jordan Moore has got it back. Able to get it away for Lodeiro. Lodeiro's cross in for Rudy Diaz, and Rude was there.
Here's another look at the goal, and you're going to see Zelarayan at the top of your screen. Roldan's trying to get back. Just a little slow to react, to get into the position there. I mean, the ball is fantastic from Awful. He just puts it on a platter for him, because you have 2 now. I talked about Zardes and Zelarayan committing to getting into the attack as well, and just the timing of his run to stay on side and the finish in that moment. You have so much time to think about it.
Aiden Moore slipped. That's why Seattle won the ball back quickly. That big tackle by Valenzuela ends the immediate threat. Zelarayan is tripped up, and that's going to be a yellow card. Joao Paulo.
Jerry Marufo saying that it's not the first foul. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, and you want to know Zelarayan's feeling it? Have a look at this. Stop on a dime. Nutmeg. See you later. Oh my goodness, that is silky, silky smooth.
So the first yellow card shown, far from the first foul tonight. Space there, knocked out by Jones. This year been close to perfect when scoring the first goal. Most wins in all of MLS this year when scoring the first goal. The last time they lost on this field when scoring first, July 2019 against Seattle, as they win another corner.
We've seen this stack a lot for the Columbus Crew. You're right around the penalty spot right now. You've got all guys attacking the ball. They're all going to go different ways. Everybody knows where they're going, trying to create a little chaos, run runners across each other, and free somebody up.
Zelarayan. Sweet ball, the near post got knocked down. First to react, Alex rolled on. Now brother Christian able to get rid of it in the stands. Teams this year in the playoffs conceded first and ended up advancing. One of them was actually Columbus against the Red Bulls. It's out. Williams there with a little karate kick clearance. Coach Caleb reporter now joining us on the headset down on the field. Caleb, wasn't quite 27 seconds, 25 minutes in. How do you feel about your team's position right now?
Yeah, it's good to get the first goal. You can see we went direct early, gave them some problems. We got to put our foot on the ball, though, a little bit more like the goal that we scored. We can shift them side to side. If you change the point of attack, they get a lot of numbers on one side, so you can find space on the switch.
Caleb, thank you very much. We appreciate it as Hayden Morris picks this ball up. Well, miscontrolled it. They're able to recover it from Ladero. And fought Harrison Awful after all. And now Awful's cross. O'Neal stooping low. Delarayan. Gonna go come across. Etienne. 2-0 Columbus.
Here from Zelarayan, picking the pass. The weight of the pass allows Etienne to take it first time. What does he do? Calm in the moment, pick the spot, just stroke it home into that far post. What a lovely finish for a man that didn't think he was going to start tonight. Santos goes out of the lineup. All the talk about who's going to step up. Derek Etienne Jr. says, I'll take that moment. And boy, did he. What a finish there. 2-0 Crew, and they are rolling.
Derek Etienne's grandfather came to the U.S. from his native Haiti with $19 in his pocket. Etienne's father, Derek Sr., was a Haitian international and a professional player. Derek himself has played for Haiti. His sister, Danielle, has played for Haiti. And now he has a goal in MLS Cup. And now Columbus has a 2-goal lead. And now all of a sudden, the defending champions are treading water, trying to get air. Zelarayan back for Morris, gives that pass away to Ladero. And now Jovan Jones in transition. They were in this position Monday, Seattle, but it was in their building, where they have the longest home winning streak in MLS playoff history. Joao Paulo. Alex rolled on the near side. It's that pass in between options. Morris picked it up. Seattle are going to do to Columbus what they did to Minnesota. The only other example of that was the first MLS Cup back in 1996. As that offside flag ends the sequence.
You know, one of the big areas we've been talking about coming into this game, Alex Roldan at that right back position. Would Columbus look to take advantage of it? Well, here he is again. I mean, this time it's a deflection, but it comes from that spot. Etienne Jr. just hanging out, waiting, taking advantage of the space, rolls it into the corner. 2 great goals from Columbus.
That was mostly a substitute until the middle of October. Now that cross, Valenzuela, a bit awkward. Rui Diaz trying to get there. Valenzuela is in some pain. And the play is stopped. Rui Diaz came crashing in on that ball. Valenzuela is slow to get up.
Pretty good right now, Caleb Porter. 2-0 at home, but can't be too comfortable against Seattle like we talked about it there. It's Rui Diaz challenging for the ball. Venezuela gets him late. I mean, nothing in there. We did hear that the check was complete.
Valenzuela being helped to his feet. Just 22 years of age. He actually missed all of last year with a torn ACL. His second game back this year in Seattle. Suffered another knee injury, and then the pandemic struck and the season was shut down until the MLS's back tournament, which he returned late in and has locked back down this starting left back spot since. Good to see him back to his feet and continuing.
I would say that the best thing the Columbus Crew have done in this game, and the lineups came out, you knew Nagbe and Santos were out. You thought, okay, Columbus Crew are going to sit back, they're going to play deep, they're going to play in transition. What have they done? The opposite of that. They've stepped up, they've looked to win the ball in the right spots, they've kept the pressure on, they kept putting those early balls in, pressure on Seattle's back line, and they've rewarded themselves with 2 goals because their playmaker, their star man, Zelarayan, has produced 2 great moments, the goal and then the assist to Etienne.
Williams misjudged that ball in the air. Rui Diaz brought it down. Mensah will knock it away. Valenzuela was already out before he touched it. Says the assistant referee, Corey Parker. It's a Columbus throw. Coming up on our Audi halftime report, Rob, Mo, and Alexi will give us their thoughts on what we've seen, and we're going to hear from MLS Commissioner Don Garber as well. A little more on our Audi halftime report. 10 minutes to go in this half. I mean, at a certain point, you and I will stop being surprised by anything in this league, in these playoffs. 2-0 Columbus, 35 minutes, really?
Seattle didn't start the game well, and Columbus played really well, so you have to give credit to the Crew. And most people were picking Seattle coming in here. Most people expected Seattle to walk to that 3rd MLS Cup championship, but they said not in our building.
Diaz now has awful charging forward up the right. Newly trying to get out there. Diaz able to get through Christian Roldan. Diaz into the middle. It was Arturo was the target. Just a touch there defensively. Redirected that pass, and then Joao Paulo is fouled. He wants to get back up and get Seattle on the move quickly. Sounders team, as we said, Monday night came back from 2 goals down. It's there by Jones, and now Aiden Morris. Options either side. It's Diaz all the way through.
I mean, this is a great read by Aiden Morris right in the middle of the field. He jumps the passing lane. And Jovan Jones, all throughout the playoffs, hasn't really had one of those performances that you say, okay, there's a guy that's taking control of the game, and it's a sloppy pass in the middle of the field, and away go the Crew. Almost started getting on the end of that one from Diaz as well.
It's a Seattle team that their last visit to Columbus came from behind. It's a Seattle team, one of 2 in league history to trail a game by 3 goals and win it in regulation. Did that a couple summers ago. They have another cardiac kids night in them here in MLS Cup. Spencer made the changes he needed to late on Monday night to spark the comeback. He talked about how much he loved that option of being able to bring in Kelvin Leerdammer right back, push Alex Roldan a bit higher for Jovan Jones. You wonder how long does he wait this time?
Yeah, we were saying during that Minnesota game, okay, he's going to make changes at halftime. Waited all the way until the 75th minute to get some production, but
Jones from Christian Roldan. Alex Roldan has it out wide, gets across it up a redirection. Ladero is lining it up. Artur got his head to it. Nuhu holds it in. Ladero opening up. Nuhu deflected. It looked like no, it just knuckled and missed hitting out.
just a look back at that chance earlier for the Columbus Crew. You're going to see Aiden Morris just jump the passing lane here. Recognize that. I mean, that's a 10-yard sprint. Great recognition from the youngster, making his first playoff start. Rolls it in for Diaz, takes it first time. I'm not sure if that's a cross, a shot. That shape right there from his body makes me think that that's a cross. He's looking for Zardes, who can't get on the end of it. The great work from Aiden Morris, who is thrust into the limelight here, starting in MLS Cup, and he's looked really solid so far for them.
And by the way, the youngest starter in MLS Cup history, only Freddie Adu and DeMarcus Beasley have appeared in the game at a younger age, but 19-year-old, born November 16, 2001, a homegrown player. In his rookie year, he's playing for the Indiana Hoosiers this time last year. Joined the Crew Academy as a 15-year-old. As you said, thrust into the deep end of the pool by Caleb Porter. Told us the other day, two things. First of all, I said, if you're not sure of that, it's almost better to go young because they don't know the difference. They don't know to be nervous. They don't understand the magnitude, but he also stressed Morris won this spot tonight over the other options for the unavailable Darlington Nagbe.
And I would tell you, exactly that. Seeing the first, if you go back to the first 30 seconds of this game, you see Aiden Morris charging into a challenge of winning a tackle on the sideline. That almost kind of settles your nerves a little bit in this type of setting, and he's played his way into this game.
Quickly taken by Ladero, and Morris can't do anything with it. Andy, let's keep the chat going on this young man.
Well, big shoes to fill, as you guys mentioned it, but Aiden Morris has the right perspective on his role. He said, you can't replace a player as influential as Nagbe, and that's not my goal, but he's tried to model the way he moves the ball, his passing efficiency after the veteran midfielder, who he said has really been his mentor, citing that they talk a lot about the little details in a game that you don't see when you just watch it the first time. They also sit down and go over video of Aiden Morris, Nagbe pointing out the areas he can get better, and the 19-year-old said he's just soaking it up. He said there's so much you can learn from a guy like that, and right now I just want to use as much of his knowledge as I can.
And I would say he's mirroring Nagbe pretty closely. He leads the team in total passes, most successful passes at 92%. That sounds very Nagbe-esque to me.
And he has what looks to be the friends and family section of Aiden Morris 2 rows in front of our booth here in the stands at Boffer Stadium. Well, the Porter was quick to caution that they can't treat Morris the same way they would Nagbe, who was known as the fixer when he won MLS Cup with Portland 5 years ago. Get in the ball in any situation, he'll take care of it. Nuhu's cross, Mensah's there. Joao Paulo misjudged the fly to that ball. It is pretty breezy down there. Now Etienne, who has Columbus's second goal tonight. Zelarayan got there. And then he goes down very theatrically. It is going to be a free kick because he's holding his face. It was Yeimar defending. Marufo thought about that a moment before blowing his whistle.
Etienne on the break, finds that little slip pass for Zelarayan, trying to cut back on Yeimar. That takes a bad touch there. You see the strength of Yeimar, and there it is. It's at the end of it where he catches the face with the flailing arm.
Yeimar Gomez Andrade wears his first name in the back of his shirt. The other starter that was acquired in the offseason by Seattle. Another set piece to defend here. With 3 minutes plus stoppage time to go before the break, Zelarayan stands over it. Get everyone back behind the ball for Seattle. Zelarayan, Nuhu a clearance only as far as Aiden Morris, who tags it. Couldn't get it on target.
I mean, he takes a great first touch here and has so much time to think about the strike, and you start thinking, oh, what happens if this one ends up in the back of the net? Just leaning back a little too much on the strike for Morris over the crossbar.
I think all these people in front of us lose their minds is what happens if that goes in.
There's a lot to think about at halftime here for the Seattle Sounders. And I would say they're at their best when they have control of the game, when they can get Ladero on the ball in dangerous areas. I can't remember many key touches for Nico Ladero. 1 or 2 balls into the box trying to test Eloy Barun, but really just not the areas they want to influence it. They've struggled in this first phase of build-up. Here they do again.
Well, Don got caught in possession. Now trying to recover to Etienne. Tangled legs. Jair Marufo says nothing. Battling Williams out of the air. Able to hook that backwards for Ladero. Seattle generate a chance and maybe cut this deficit in half before the break. Here's Nuhu. Trying to find the angle. Nuhu accelerating. He's going to get there. Got a lot of targets in the box. His crossbow met by Awful. Now Harrison Awful trying to lead the charge. 34-year-old in his 6th year here with the crew. Finds the pass for Zelarayan.
Awful again.
Continue the run. Awful. Yeimar trying to chase him down. Gets there first.
Good recognition there by Yeimar to see that one, because Zelarayan had picked out Awful, and Jossie Zardes was floating in the box looking for the return ball. Good moment in transition there from the crew.
It's a crew for a team that was 20th in the league last year. Injuries played a huge role in that. Key acquisitions like Ryan and Darlington Egg, even though he's not playing tonight, were a part of them finishing 4th in the overall standings this year. This is what Caleb Porter does. Built a winner where there had been no real success in the past, just up the road in Akron, and won a national title. Built a winner in Portland, which was coming off a particularly rough second year in MLS when he took that job in 2013, won a title in his 3rd year there. Morris trying to get that ball over the top. Awful wins the header. Morris is there.
That's been it for the Seattle Sounders, though. Because of the Lions and the way that Columbus are pressing, they're not allowing Joao Paulo and Christian Roldan to get on the ball and to make some of those passes, to let the game go. Instead, then it's okay, the game's stretched, it's a direct pass. Can we win the second ball? Columbus have been there for every second ball. Mensah's been a beast back there in the air. Josh Williams the same, and that's where I'd say Columbus, just the intensity that they've brought as well. I mean, Brian Schmetzer has to really think about the way he's going to mix up the way that they build up and the way that they attack right now, because they cannot get their key players involved.
Yet how fascinating it is, and you wonder the psychological effect, the fact that 5 nights ago, Seattle, later than this, was at this same scoreline and won the game. Zardes, on the end of that from Mensah, outdueling O'Neal.
What I would say to that, John, and you're right, that does play a factor. That would be the Seattle messaging. On the other side, this is a different game. You can't wait to the 75th minute. You have to really think, because this has not been Seattle at their best at all.
Etienne slipped through the first option there. Yamar slides across, and that will end the first half of MLS Cup 2020. Lucas Ryan, you pay the money and get results. A goal and an assist in this first half. Etienne got the second. What do Rob, Alexi, and Mo think of all this? We'll find out next. We're going to hear from MLS Commissioner Don Garber as well. 45 minutes down, 45 to go in MLS Cup 2020. It's the Columbus Crew 2 and the Seattle Sounders 0.
Sit back, or they keep the pressure up now, pin Seattle back and go for that third.
And will they have learned the lessons from what Minnesota did or didn't do Monday night in the Western Conference Final? First MLS Cup since 2004 to feature a multiple goal lead at the break. So what happens now? Second half of MLS Cup 2020 as the win looks like it's picked up a little bit is underway, and Luis Diaz trying his luck there on Eloy Room after a few seconds.
2 halftime substitutions for Seattle. Leaving the match, number 5.
As mentioned, Brad Smith knew who was off at left back.
Also leaving the match, number 33, Jovan
on the field.
He's replaced by number 4,
Another player self-identified as a COVID positive coming back off international duty with Sweden. He's on the field for Jovan Jones, and that'll push Christian Roldan out to the right side. 2 players who were part of Seattle's triumph on home soil a year ago in MLS Cup. That's the biggest change from last year's MLS Cup and the ones before. 5 available subs now. The temporary rule changes for the pandemic, so Seattle's got 3 left. Wow. I'm not an expected goals, no. But I feel like .05
.05 is not good, and it tells the story really well, both for Columbus and for Seattle. Columbus took advantage of their opportunities, difficult chances that they put away, and for the Seattle Sounders created virtually nothing. I mean, .05. So where's Jordan Morris? Can they get Ladero in the game? Can they get service to Rui Diaz? But most importantly for them to even have a chance is to win the middle of the field, to get Svensson in and around and create opportunities for Seattle to have some control here.
And again, that number means based on the quality of the chances, where Seattle were getting their shots and how many of them. Historically, they had a 5% chance of scoring a goal in that first half, and yet they're off and running in this second half. Christian Roldan's cross, Rui Diaz is beyond him, and it's almost an own goal. Awful there. Got a touch to it, trying to keep it away from Morris on the near side. And Seattle, who have been lights out from corners, 4 goals scored from corners in the playoffs this year, have their first of the night now. And it's Ladero's out swinging ball by Chelsea Zardes. Smith trying to reset, can't do so. This has been an area of the game, though, where Seattle this year, league-leading goals scored, at least in the regular season. You see where Columbus have been prolific in the playoffs now. Game-winning goal in the Eastern Conference Final came in the first 15 minutes of the second half. Seattle's game-winning goal against Dallas in the conference semifinal came in this period of the game. Christian Roldan forcing a save out of Eloy Room. His first save all night coming in the 48th minute.
I'm sure Sounders fans are looking at this start to the second half saying, where was that in the first? There's a real, I mean, there's a sense of urgency, but also a recognition that you're down 2-0 in MLS Cup final. This is it, 45 minutes to go. Now there's some intensity, now there's some pressure, now there's an urgency to go forward, and they're buzzing around. Can the crew respond and get a hold of the ball here and slow this down?
And if part of the question was, you know, Gustav Svensson, why doesn't he go for the start again? He had been out a couple of weeks. You're trying to build fitness back, all the effects of this virus, and so he's back on the field. He was a difference maker, scored the winner in stoppage time Monday night. Smith, Diaz went flying through there, and Smith able to return the favor. What does Jair Marufo do about this? Yellow card is out of the pocket. What a strange sequence that was, because Smith thought the play should be whistled dead for a foul.
Yeah, and Marufo thought about it as well. He thought about whistling. Brad Smith is absolutely fuming here, and he was frustrated. He didn't get the call. What does he do? He turns around and just shoves Diaz to the ground at the end of this play. Diaz tracking back. Now that's a foul, so he should have brought that back. Instead, Brad Smith just doesn't stop. I mean, he gets the arms up high here. Look at this on Diaz. A little shove after the play. That's a yellow card for sure. Straight onto the field. Welcome to MLS Cup 2020.
Smith, an Australian native, returned in the summer. He was out of contract, had been on loan last year. Now, it has been given as a free kick, so it was still a free kick on that original tackle attempt by Luis Diaz. And then the after effect of Smith's reaction, that's where he gets the yellow card. That's what Caleb Porter's being told right now. So Seattle does get a free kick out of it. That Ladero gets into a good area. Morrison came backwards. Svensson, Rui Diaz was blocked and cleared away. But it does have a different feel to it, doesn't it? Just in the first 5 minutes of this second half. Christian Roldan, that ball stayed in play. He's able to turn the corner. Roldan's cross on the deck, met by Mensah. Incidentally, to finish this thought, allowed more goals in this period of the game, early second half, than in any other part of the game across this season, even as they were the second best defense in the league. That cross off a deflection gives Seattle another corner.
Seattle have had real success in that first zone at the near post, getting across where Jalsi Zardes is right now. You see it. Aiden Morris and Jalsi Zardes have to attack the ball.
Ladero's in where Roldan was up for it. It's up over the bar. Has not scored a playoff goal in his entire 6-year career, but he went close there.
And there it is again. I mean, right on cue. Dropped it right in that zone. Great ball. The service from Ladero, excellent as always. Roldan drifts in, and you see Jordan Morris actually drags Zardes out. You see the two of them there? That takes him out of the zone. It leaves the space for Roldan to attack it, and it's just up over that crossbar.
Get on that ball. Awful interception in front of Morris. Smith hesitated there on a yellow card. He's got to be cautious. Seattle wins it after all. Jordan Morris. Morris gets that cross in too far for Christian Roldan. Not far enough for Alex Roldan. And that ball stayed in play right on the line. Ladero, a duel with Celerayan. Chopped down by Ladero. All right, Katie, we're chatting with Caleb Porter a little bit ago. What did the Columbus Crew coach think of things?
I did speak to him at the half. His message to his side in the locker room was great first half, but it was just that. Only half this game. Stay focused, keep playing, do not drop back and give them space because we know what Seattle's capable of. He said be prepared for quick counterattacks in transition, and most importantly, stay organized defensively.
There's Ryan now. Trying to escape and almost did. Svensson had to help in the last minute. Moore is stepping in there to knock that ball out. Mentioned, by the way, Aiden Morris's friends and family right in front of us. And that is the case, and they gave us a hot tip. His older brother, Jake, was in the Seattle Sounders Academy for 2 years. He's one of the kids in there. A member of the Sounders Academy for 2 years. Played a handful of games for the Sounders USL reserve team. Was most recently playing at Tyler Junior College in Texas. So interesting connection there in the Morris family. The younger brothers on the field for Columbus tonight in MLS Cup.
See where Gustav Svensson's coming back now to build up for Seattle. He's dropping deep between the center backs. That's a great ball to open the game up here.
Now Alex rolled on, bringing it down on Valenzuela. In for Christian, the cross all the way through. It's right back to Joao Paulo. Reset. Alex rolled on the far side. Etienne trying to get out there, able to block the cross. And another Seattle corner where, again, moments ago, Christian rolled on, just missed high.
There'll be a focus once again on that front post. And Morris, Ken Zardes deal with the runs. Seattle start them deep, sometimes around the penalty spot, look to create a little confusion, then running across there. And if the ball is on the money, it gives them a chance.
Darrow's ball in, up for it was awful. Zelarayan to the second ball. Knocked down there by Joao Paulo. Rui Diaz, that is a foul, trying to win it back. Of course, an awful take a moment to get back up.
So initially, I didn't think that was a foul. From that look there, it looks like Rui Diaz throws his shoulder in a little bit more, but vantage point up here, it felt like a 50-50 that Rui Diaz was first to there. Free kick for the Crew, the opportunity now just to slow it down, get some numbers up. Eloy Root taking his time and looking for Zardes.
Morris got that away for Smith. Now Smith trying to find the angle for Rui Diaz. Just got caught underneath his feet, and Williams plays safe.
By the way, John, we shot Aiden Morris's brother. They must have all gotten the text because they're all checking their phones now. It's on national TV.
Giveaway there. Yeah, they're all hunched over one of their phones right now, looking at a screen cap. Brian Schmetzer, Sounders coach, joins us on the headset. Brian, how do you do it again?
Well, it's a tougher opponent. I mean, they've had more rest in Minnesota, so we'll have to see.
Coach, what did you hope to achieve in making the changes at halftime?
Well, we needed to just get out of our funk. I mean, we didn't play well at all in the first half, and, you know, we had to make changes. It's just the way it goes.
Thank you, Brian. Appreciate it very much. Jordan Morris on the ball. Got that away for Brad Smith. Smith's cross in for Rui Diaz, met by Mensah. Pressure there from O'Neal on Zardes, who got the touch away. Diaz now trying to run the other way. A little bit of bump from O'Neal. Svensson comes in to break the play up.
Do you hear Caleb Porter there say, try to play a little bit? And it's important because that's what they did so well in the first half. It stopped Seattle having the ball, having the momentum, creating those opportunities. And it's tough. I tell you, I've been in these games where you come out in the second half, you're maybe foot off the pedal a little bit. The other team has some urgency. How do you respond to that? Do you have the experience in these moments to take control of that, be brave, take possession under pressure?
There is perhaps no more well-worn cliche in the sport of soccer than that 2-0 is the most dangerous lead to have, because you can have that false sense of security that you're there.
And like Brian Schmetzer said the other night, once we got one, I knew 2 was coming.
Rolled on, able to challenge for that ball in the air. Lodeiro got that away for Rui Diaz. He gets it away for Alex Roldan. Here come the Sounders again. Nico Lodeiro. MLS record consecutive playoff games with an assist. Across for Christian Roldan. Smith further forward. Chance for Brad Smith to get a cross in. Off rifle was there uncontested.
Because Seattle now, John, are getting their fullbacks into the attack. Brad Smith, Alex Roldan on the right. Now Columbus, their wingers are having to come back and track back, and that's taken away the outlet. So now Diaz is all the way back, essentially playing as a right back in this moment. On the other side as well, Etienne Jr. So that's where the balance comes. Can you create those opportunities and advantages for Seattle?
Ladero brought that down off the defensive header. Christian Roldan, now Artur trying to get out to him. Roldan's cross, Mensah got to it, kept it away from Ruiz. Almost as importantly, Zardes now all the way back to try to help out, handing off for Valenzuela. Now Etienne, can the crew break the other way? Etienne to the turn, Zardes to his left, Zelarayan to his right, and Etienne does well in the end to just find a release valve and take the foul. Diaz trying to go backdoor, and Smith able to recover and knock it away. Gordon Morris needs some help. That was awful there as he was falling down, blocked that ball out. Smith under some pressure, concedes a corner to Columbus.
I'm not sure why Smith decided to take that ball there, unless he felt it maybe nicked off of him. Because I felt like he could have shielded that one out of bounds for a goal kick. Instead, puts it behind. It's a corner for the group.
Remember that big save he made early, just an outstretched right arm. Who was still scoreless. Zelarayan to take. His out swinging ball. Zardes popped it in the air. The header from the doorstep by Artur is Fry's second save of the night. Now Fry trying to lead the breakout. Going to replace Alex Roldan, is on the ball here at the next opportunity. Will Bruin, who came off the bench to score Monday night in the conference final, is going to come on as well. So we asked the question, would Brian Schmetzer go to that proverbial kitchen sink earlier if he did Monday? The answer is yes.
And I felt it. It is a different game. It's a different opponent. You're on the road as well. And I think also right now, John, he's recognizing that Seattle have the momentum. Seattle are creating opportunities. Get a guy in like Bruin, who the other night against Minnesota came in, puts a deflected ball back of the net. There's the first one. Here comes Seattle. Can he do it again? The dancing bear, here he comes.
Immediately a chance to get on the end of a set piece that Ladero stands over. Half an hour to go in MLS Cup. Ladero trying to find Christian Roldan and got his head to it. Only room is there. Roldan is down in pain. It was contact from Mensah. Nothing doing, says referee Jair Marufo, with 30 minutes to go in this 25th MLS Cup.
Trying to find Roldan on the spot. It's hard to see. I think Mensah takes contact with him as he's up in the air.
Zelarayan was able to control that ball somehow with Shane O'Neill draped all over him, and now gets away to the far side of Valenzuela. Valenzuela's early cross, too far for Zardes. How about Luis Diaz? Wide across the face of goal.
I mean, this comes from their playmaker. It comes from the man who opened the scoring here, Zelarayan. A touch in the middle of the field, just excellent to bring it down out of the air and almost find a way into the back post there.
One thing worth mentioning, take a look back at this first of all.
And he just controls it well, brings O'Neill out of the hole there. Zardes looking for the first one. It's actually Diaz in the back post getting this one. And this time it's a shot on goal, trying to find that far post. Doesn't get it cleanly. Drags it wide.
Leerdam, long throw. Bruin able to redirect. Christian Roldan, great first touch to turn on Mensah. Bruin is there as both Rui Diaz and Morris were open waiting for that cross.
If I'm Caleb Porter right now, I'm worried about my left side. Christian Roldan, since he's gone out to the right from the central area, he has found some really nice gaps between the center back, Mensah, and Valenzuela, and then also now Etienne Jr. is not necessarily tracking back. That would be a position I would think he might look to make a change to get some fresh legs in those wide areas right now. You have to keep doing the dirty work because he's feeding on it.
Fox is sponsored by Target. Expect more. Bayless. Vaughn, who's been an Iron Man for Seattle his years with them. Still wincing a little bit as Yamar got that clearance. It'll come all the way out. One name worth mentioning, in addition to the entire Aiden Morris family, is Michael Lewis, longtime American soccer journalist who had his streak end this year of having attended in person every single MLS Cup. Something even Commissioner Don Garber challenged us to make sure we made note of tonight. And Michael Lewis,
hello to you,
has a spot reserved for him in the press box. There are a handful of other such streaks, including two fans, Jimmy Clary and Jamie Yon, who were featured in the Washington Post. They kept their streak alive of being at every of the now 25 MLS Cups in this very different year with a very different amount of fans allowed in the building as Ladero tries to send that forward. Mensa's clearance will work in the end for Valenzuela to get rid of it. Yamar now under some pressure. Offside flag on Zardes. Well, in that sequence, although John Marifo allowing Seattle to play on as they were in possession. Under some pressure. Zelarayan, it was Artur that forced it away. Zelarayan, Artur, and his pocket hit by Brad Smith. That might have kept Seattle in this game.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, what an opportunity here for the Crew, and Artur just takes too much time on the ball. Good pressure in the middle of the field initially by him. It wins it. They go the other way. Zelarayan, everybody thinks, okay, it's Etienne Jr. No, cuts it back the other way. Artur, instead of opening up and getting the shot off here, allows Brad Smith to come back and clear that one away.
Now the winner Sunday afternoon in the conference final. Saw the bright lights again. Williams under some pressure. Artur once again. Seattle's chasing. They're not able to get the ball right now. Zelarayan, what control. Spins out of it. He's your odds-on favorite for Cup MVP right now with a goal and an assist. Now up down the end of this one. Yamar coming out to defend him. Got the cross in. Zardes met first by O'Neal. Rolled on, trying to play the outlet. Leerdam couldn't quite accelerate to that. The momentum is swung back in Columbus's favor.
That's a good spell. It's the spell they needed to have a little control of the ball here, relieve some of the pressure, moving the ball side to side, waiting for their opportunities.
Awful has an assist. Another one coming. No, knocked down. And in between three black shirts there on the second ball. Rolled on. Has the run of Jordan Morris. Can he control this ball over his shoulder and keep it in play? No, he can't. Quiet night for Jordan Morris so far. A quiet last two rounds of the playoffs after his sparkling goal and assist. The round one win over LAFC. Still looking for his first goal or assist in an MLS Cup game. Rui Diaz, Ladero broken up by 19-year-old Aiden Morris. And now Zelarayan. Zardes just ran into Yamar there. It's advantage being played for a foul. Zelarayan has options either side. They'll go to the far side for Etienne. Etienne found space and was blocked by Leerdam. Now Valenzuela's come forward. Etienne. The return. Valenzuela. And puts it in the outside netting.
Good play. Good play from the Columbus Crew. Good build up, moving the ball around. Watch Valenzuela's run here. Plays it inside, continues it. Roldan falls asleep, allows him to drift inside. Opts for the shot there. Could he have found Zardes? He was open in the middle, but
should he have?
I mean, it's tough because did he have the run there? I couldn't see the angle that he sees, and maybe he saw an opportunity to sneak one pass by at the near post.
O'Neal under pressure from Zardes, although Morris picks up the second ball. 75th MLS Cup. Fox Sports and MLS are teaming up with Good Sports to donate $25,000 worth of soccer equipment to youth and underserved communities in both Columbus and Seattle. Help restore play by following MLS using the hashtags MLS Cup Gives Back and entry on Twitter for a chance to win $1,000 in MLS merchandise and provide soccer equipment to approximately 500 kids in need. Rui Diaz got there in front of Enzo Morris. Will Bruin a chance. Williams defending. Will Bruin pocket picked by Artur. Chance still on. Morris picks it up. Morris trying to cut it back. And a Seattle corner. Artur is down behind the play.
There's a little flash here from the Seattle Sounders. Great work in the middle of the field. Rui Diaz gets there first. Bruin's trying to find the angle, and then the awareness of the run, the overlapping run from Jordan Morris. Eventually wins a corner kick, but good tracking back from Valenzuela there.
Artur de Lima Jr., who mostly is Artur, although Caleb Porter calls him Artie. And he has been another Iron Man for Columbus in his 4 years, barely misses a game, top third in the league in tackles this year. And he is down. Again, this is the area of the field they're already thin at. Darlington Abbey unavailable play time. That's why Aiden Morris is in there.
It's like he steps on Bruin's right foot and almost twists his leg there. Just grimacing as he goes down and grabbing that right leg.
This will be a longer delay now, which is getting looked at. Will Bruin, who you see, was his first playoff appearance in 2 years when he got on the field Monday night. It was his first playoff goal in 3 years. Certain look on the face of Caleb Porter right now. They were at one point, it looked like, preparing to make a substitution, and then they backed off of it. Artur now gingerly up to his feet. He's going to have to come to the side now because the training staff came out, which means Columbus will have to defend this corner with one fewer player right now. And that's whether or not he can continue at all. So an opportunity for the Sounders with 20 minutes to go. They've been prolific scoring goals from corners, 4 of them in 3 playoff games this year. And now they have a man advantage on this one. Is this the moment to start the comeback? Ladero in swinging goal. Zardes was up for it. Second chance for Ladero. His cross in. Zardes a second clearance. Artur is being allowed back out right now. He's going to be out for a throw. There's a little bit of a hitch in his giddy up as he's out to join the play. Kelvin Leerdam, who has a long throw in him. That was how they created their stoppage time winner here in Columbus in the summer of 2019. This one in deep. Svensson trying to flick. Christian Roldan able to hook it back in play. Lewis and Mensah almost got in each other's way. Svensson, Shane O'Neill, a center back, trying to find space. Jordan Morris, Nico Ladero through traffic, and it's just wide.
Oh my goodness. Jordan Morris, you're going to see his reaction at the end of this. His hands on his head. He thinks this is in. Shane O'Neill does so well amongst traffic to just get the ball out of his feet, finds Morris, lays it off for Ladero. 2-1 Seattle. No, it is just past the post. Roldan just hoofs it up into an area, then poor clearance from Williams. Svensson wins the next one. Now watch Shane O'Neill, center back. Good feet, tight spaces. Morris, the awareness now. Ladero, pass it in. Bruin is just watching and praying and hoping that one goes past the post. And it did.
It was the 75th minute that Seattle scored their first goal in the conference final Monday night. Yamar. Good interception there by Etienne. Pushing Ladero to slide it through and slide it out. His goal in the 31st minute, 6 minutes after Zelarayan's goal, giving Columbus their 2-0 lead.
A great look from behind here. It's just how close this was. And there's O'Neill, there's Morris, lay it back. Nobody closing down Ladero, and Eloy Roon's just shuffling across. It doesn't even make an attempt to dive at it. He wouldn't have gotten anywhere near it.
Ladero goes down on a heap. There's no foul. Valenzuela picks it up. Ladero helps to win it back. Neymar up into into space. Morris got the flick. Mensah's there in front of Ruidiaz. Zardes a little bit of a bump in the back of Svensson there, which allowed him to collect that ball. And now Zardes. At first by Amar. Leardom trying to play the quick outlet for Jordan Morris, nodding it down. Mensah couldn't do anything about it. Ruidiaz. A touch from Josh Williams, who was in the stands at the Horseshoe for the Crew's first ever game in 1996. Decisive defensive play there.
And what an important intervention it is. Direct ball finding Jordan Morris quickly into the attack to create the advantage they want. And just the weight on the pass, not enough from Ruidiaz. It allows Williams to close the gap.
Ladero, the ensuing corner. Svensson just wide.
Every set piece for the Seattle Sounders, as you'd expect, because of the amount of goals that they've scored, but they are putting pressure on this Crew back line. Another good ball from Ladero, and it's Svensson who scored that winner in stoppage time to get them here with another glancing header past the far post.
Slow to get up behind the play for Columbus is Jonathan Mensah, holding that right shoulder. Fourth year, played every minute this season. He said one of the finalists for Defender of the Year. Led the league in clearances and shots blocked. In fact, it's 4 best 11 selections on the field in total between the teams, most in an MLS Cup since 2014. The Stars are out tonight. Bruin, a lot on that pass, too much for Brad Smith. This is the 5th time now his team has made MLS Cup. Had to watch from a sweep last year with a torn ACL. Seattle won it. Started defeats with the Sounders in 2017, with Houston in 2012. Was an unused sub as the Dynamo lost in 2011. It's a great history in this league. It's an example of one of the guys that Seattle brought off their bench Monday that Christian Roldan said would be starters on other teams in the league, and it was his goal at this moment in the game that started their comeback. A free kick for Columbus right now, another chance to milk some clock. Zelarayan. That move there around Ladero, almost got away with it. It will be a corner. If you're the Crew, this is exactly what you want.
Yeah.
The clock is winding, the ball's at the other end of the field. You got your big boys, Williams and Mensah, coming forward from the back line. Again, they're going to set up this stack at the penalty spot, and Zelarayan stands over it. Starting to rumble a little bit here at Montfrey Stadium as the fans stomp their feet. Here it comes, rolled on up for it. Morris does well to keep that in, a reset for Zelarayan. Zelarayan again across in, up in the air by Zardes. Mensah trying to challenge Dr. down. Chance for Mensah again from a narrow angle. And it's in the outside netting. Smith looking long. Too long. Seattle about to make their 5th substitution, and that will be it for them unless they can push this game into extra time. Jimmy Madrada, who they just acquired in a trade this fall, will be coming on, we understand, for Shane O'Neill.
Caleb Porter, meanwhile, has yet to make the substitution for the Crew, and he keeps looking down that bench. He can't be far away from one.
Zardes able to put that ball off of Brad Smith. Luis Diaz now, it's going to be out for a throw. The change, so O'Neill will have the winning goal in the conference semifinal over Dallas. His night is done. Madrada, who made his name in Kansas City and was traded for homegrown Seattle area native Hanwala Buana in October, will be on the field. How does this reshuffle the deck for Seattle?
Looks like he's come to this near left side, playing in front of Brad Smith.
Just clipping that up. They're arguing for an offside flag that they will again, Seattle, as they push their lines up. Boy, Smith restarted quickly.
A little too quickly.
Maybe even for Ladero's liking as well as Jair.
Yeah, he played him into a bit of pressure there. Ladero had 2 defenders up his back.
Caleb Porter do it again. And the Columbus Crew get back to the mountaintop. There's Madronda's first touch. There's his second. Now Ladero. Smith trying to make the run. Ladero trying to drop it in. Oh, a mistake by Awful. And now Smith is in the box. Cross on the deck. Stepped away by Mensah. But another Seattle corner. And they've been getting close on these.
They have. And Awful just overcooks this one. And runs past the ball. Smith gets him behind. Not a good cross, but it's right to their bread and butter. Set pieces once again.
With 12 minutes to go. Ladero's out swinger. Past everyone. Activity on the Columbus bench. Well, after all, the Hector Jimenez, long-time MLS veteran, prepared to come on. Smith for Bruin, for Madronda. Madronda back in the middle, and Artur was there. It's hardest they crowded off it. It will be Derek Etienne Jr. Second goal tonight might well prove as the game winner. When all is said and done, if Seattle can get one, who will be coming off? Cleared on. Drawn a backtrack and able to cushion that down for Brad Smith. And now Smith coming in and ran away from him, although Roldan picks it back up. They reset that from Madronda. Svensson dumps the turf, or Roldan, I should say. He's down, and Ladero happy to plant this ball and set up a free kick as we're in the 80th minute.
You got some tired legs out there now on both sides, but the Columbus Crew at times not closing the ball on, not getting across, not creating those numbers advantages. Have to be careful.
Ladero clipping it in, and the header looping off the bar from Jordan Morris. Cleared on there to get it, try to reset, takes a deflection, another corner for Seattle.
He was sprawling to get this one. Flicked on header, Jordan Morris, Eloy Room, just a hand on him. I think it came off the post.
Here it comes again from Ladero. Sardis up for 10 minutes to go. An MLS Cup. Can the Crew hold firm and win the title for the second time in team history and celebrate what will next year be the end of the original MLS soccer-specific stadium that we are in here tonight? Or can the Sounders come back again as they did on Monday? Rui Diaz able to control the back heel, intercepted by Awful in front of Morris. And the Sounders become the 4th team in league history to repeat as MLS Cup champions. They're starting to run out of time. Team that lost 2 starters this week, self-identified as COVID positive, haven't been able to go in the locker room or the gym in their practice facility this week or even in recent weeks. Luis Diaz able to out to a Brad Smith. Can they slam the door? Luis Diaz, Zelarayan!
Zelarayan, take a bow. I mean, Diaz skins Smith down the side, and when it ends up as his feet, you just know where it's going. Listen to this. Top corner, smashes this one on a rope. Pick it out, Stefan Fry. Right foot, left foot, doesn't matter. And with the left this time, the little fist bump from Jossie Zardes. What a shot there. Nestles into the top corner. And a goal that is worthy of winning MLS Cup. 2 goals on the night, an assist as well. This team, this franchise invested in him at the beginning of this year, and boy, has he produced all season long. And then on their biggest night, once again for that man, Caleb Porter. It's a little calm right now in that moment. You know he is enjoying it, because that one gives you a little breathing room.
Bruin trying to bring it down. Mensah stepping in. One assist for Lucas Zelarayan, who, when he was brought to Columbus, was trying to fulfill the destiny of Guillermo Barros Schelotto, the MVP of MLS Cup 2008, who had 3 assists on that night. And it's Etienne, who Zelarayan set up midway through the first half, who makes way as the Crew make their first change tonight.
What a night he has had. I mean, you could tell from the first 5 minutes, a guy that was just locked in. And every touch, it's almost like he has glue on his feet. Just brings the ball, it doesn't lose it. Great balance either way, picking passes. Produced a wonderful finish to open the game up. The awareness on the second one. And then the third, just the point of emphasis, the exclamation point with the left foot, nearly taking that net off. What a goal.
Hector Jimenez, who is on, 10-year MLS veteran. It is party time here in Ohio. Ladero, Roldan got a flick. Madrana trying to get there. Leardom trying his luck. Mensah, who we say led the league in block shots. Louis, here he goes now. Smith, last ditch challenge. And Jair Marufo says he got the ball. It's play on, both better down. Quickly the other way, Morris, Rui Diaz, no!
I mean, this has been a fun game. It has been end-to-end stuff, and not for Seattle fans, of course, but this one at the end, I mean, Brad Smith makes a last-ditch tackle on here. He got beat for the goal by Diaz earlier. Diaz is trying to sprint away. And Brad Smith does well. He gets the inside position there, makes up that step, and he's gripping that left shoulder as he goes to ground the way that he falls. Both players still down right now in the center circle.
Both players are down, and the training staffs are coming out. Now, Seattle are out of subs. They've used all 5. So if Smith cannot continue, and look at the pain he's in. Sounders would have to play out the game with 10 men. Luis Diaz, who joined him middle of last season, is the other player down. Smith is going to try to continue. He's definitely favoring that one arm. You see Diaz, who's up to his feet. Columbus have another substitution in the wings. I mean, listen, the Crew, when the season restarted in August, they were #1 overall in the league, and they held that position at the top of the Supporters' Shield standing through much of the fall. It was when the injuries hit in October. They had their wobble. They were the #3 seed in the East. So it's not like they've come out of nowhere here.
Yeah.
But without 2 starters, their assist leader and Darlington Nagbe against the defending champions.
You've almost forgotten that, haven't you? I mean, they've had some big performances from some of their big players. And John, the pregame hit, we talked about, okay, Darlington Nagbe's out. Who has to step up more? Who has to create? Who has to be the guy? And it was Lucas Zelarayan, and that's why you pay the big bucks. I mean, this guy, not only has he produced 1 moment, he's produced 3 moments, and he has got them to this point.
They're trying to strap up Smith's shoulder right now to see if he can continue. Kyle Ashe is prepared to come on for our tour, not just yet. Svensson lifting this up. Leardom challenging, got his head to it. And Morris ahead of Ladero. All over the bar. Just has not been there tonight for the big 3 of Seattle. Ladero, Rui Diaz, and Jordan Morris.
They've all come close, just not close enough. I mean, Eloy Room comes up with that great save on the Jordan Morris header. Rui Diaz has had a few flashes. Ladero has been really quiet. I had to double check his touches, and he's still up there as you'd expect, but just not getting the touches in the key areas. And that's a Crew. That's a credit to a guy like this. Artur tonight, the dirty work in the middle of the field next to Aiden Morris, a 19-year-old goal. The two of them have done a really good job. Columbus have been 2 banks of 4, defended from the front back, and just really forced Seattle to be ineffective tonight.
So there's that change. Our tours night is done. And Vital Ashe, Detroit native who joined in August in a trade just up I-71 from Cincinnati, is on to try to see this out.
Quite the difference in fortunes, eh?
Bruin couldn't connect with Rui Diaz, and Mensah sends it away. Yamar comes battling through there on Zelarayan. Zelarayan for Jossie Zardes. Did he time that thing? Jossie Zardes put it just wide. Oh, what a capper that would have been.
And you're right, the offside call would have been really close, but it was Zelarayan again outside the boot, flicks it round, and Zardes just past the post.
Zelarayan there just takes it right off Christian Roldan. Has he done anything wrong tonight?
Has Diaz as well? Did you see Diaz turning on the afterburners? But to answer your question, no. I can't think of a moment. I mean, every single thing that he's tried tonight has come off.
I mean, Aidan Morris, again, the kid, we're like, really, the 19-year-old, he's going to be the youngest starter in MLS Cup history in for Darlington Nagbe. He's had a night. That's what Caleb Porter said. We need every guy to be 20% better than they ever have been before. And they've gotten that. Ashe buzzing around as he's now on the field. Waylon Francis, the other remaining starter from MLS Cup 5 years ago for the Crew that they lost on home soil. He's going to come on. Luis Diaz will get his curtain call tonight.
He's had a good night as well. Just been really dangerous down this right-hand side. And he gets, like you said, the curtain call. Round of applause for the fans. 3-0 Columbus, and it goes all the way back to the first half. The ball across from Awful. There he is with the left foot. And then the left foot once again into that top corner. What a finish. What a night for Lucas Zelarayan,
who makes some history tonight. He's the 3rd player ever to score multiple goals in an MLS Cup. Landon Donovan and Alenko Eskandarian in back-to-back years. Only one other player in MLS Cup history has done what Zelarayan has, which is be involved in 3 goals. He has 2 goals and an assist. That was Guillermo Barros-Schelotto for the Columbus Crew in MLS Cup as they won the title in 2008. As there will be 5 minutes of stoppage time still to come. And again, when they signed Zelarayan, he was inheriting the mantle of Federico Higuain, who left this offseason, the club's all-time assist leader, and Guillermo Barros-Schelotto. My goodness, has he delivered in an incredible way all season, even as he battled injuries this fall and tonight as well. There's another free kick chance. Seattle can create some sort of chaos here in the next 4.5 minutes. Yamar to pick up the second ball. Yamar to set it back up. Mensah was there. Madronda. It was a late consolation for Toronto in Seattle last year. Now the tables have turned for the Sounders in MLS Cup 2020. Smith has had blocked out by Awful for a corner. Ladero trying to take it quick. 4 minutes of stoppage time to go. He's out swinging ball met by Zardes. Smith held it in. Zardes got there and he's tripped up. Advantage going to be played as Zelarayan was there, although you mentioned he would have been happy enough just taking a free kick. He'll get one anyway.
Oh, get one now.
You know, Alexi mentioned it. We talked about it some. 3 years ago, this team was going to be relocated to Austin, Texas, and there was the Save the Crew movement. The fans, a lot of them here tonight, were a part of that. They made a lot of noise in the course of that year. And you might think it weird to think that Baker Mayfield had a big role in trying to keep the Columbus Crew here, but when Dr. Pete Edwards, the longtime team physician, was trying to cobble together an ownership group, and they had a meeting set with Dee and Jimmy Haslam, the owners of the Cleveland Browns, in the fall of 2018. And it was the morning after Baker Mayfield had come off the bench to lead the Browns to their first win in over almost almost 2 years. Remember that? September 2018. The Browns have been winless the year before. And Dr. Edwards said to us the other day, you know, had the Browns not won that game, I wonder if we would have really been able to pull this off, because there was such positive energy in that meeting. They had the ownership. They had the fans. They saved the team. They kept them here. And as we said, 20th in the league last year. That was what Dr. Edwards said. We don't just want to be the team that was saved. We want to be a team that's winning championships. And a big component of that, he told us the other day, was the ability to invest. And the ability, as MLS's international profile is raised, to be in that game and to be dialed in, to be shelling out the big money, as Rui Diaz forced to save out of El Room. The $300 million for the new stadium that's going to open in July. The big investment right behind us here for the new training facility they're building here. The $7 million club record transfer fee for Lucas Celerayán, who has 2 goals and an assist tonight. The Crew have not just been saved. They are going back to the top of the mountain. And an MLS which has seen expansion teams by and large become the standard bearers for this league. And the question is, what about those MLS originals? What's their place in this new MLS? Well, the Columbus Crew have, over the course of a year plus, laid that answer down. And tonight, they're making that answer loud and clear, as are these fans. Has gone their way tonight, Stu.
And you say to those fans, these fans that went through so much back in that moment, this is for you. And enjoy it. You should. The emotions, the highs, the lows, not knowing if this team was going to be here. So many people worked so hard to make this happen. We're on the verge of tears right now. It shows you what it means to this group of players with everything they've been through in 2020, to the staff, to the MLS's back tournament, to Major League Soccer. These players have worked really hard. They've sacrificed a lot, but so have the fans, and they deserve to enjoy this moment.
The owners are from Ohio. The team president's from Ohio. The head coach has a lot of roots in Ohio. Aidan Morris there, who was on the stage that night celebrating that the Crew had been saved as a youngster in the academy. Josh Williams, who grew up as a fan of the Columbus Crew, took over for an injury as a starter at center back. Guys that were part of their defeat on home soil in MLS Cup 5 years ago. The Crew have been saved, and the Crew, for a second time in their history, have won MLS Cup. This has been an outrageously fun postseason, even in incredibly challenging circumstances. But what have we said? The better team has won every single game, even when the games have been crazy. My goodness, were the Columbus Crew the better team tonight.
They deserve every bit of joy.